Hey folks, welcome back to my channel. It's Brittany, your friendly plant-loving internet stranger. Today we're going to be talking about plants that thrive in high humidity. Being a plant parent for a few years now, I really like to focus on plants that I know are going to do well in my home. Because I don't get a ton of humidity in my house, I know that I have to take some extra steps if I want to bring in a tropical plant or a plant that loves higher humidity. Sometimes living in a place that has high humidity actually benefits the types of plants that you might want to bring into your space. If you live in a place with high humidity, here are some plants that might thrive in your home. One plant that I have found to do really well in high humidity are ferns. Bird, for real? Ferns absolutely love high humidity. If you live in a space that has really high humidity, consider getting a fern. Now, most of us can create humidity in our home by adding humidifiers, spritzing your plants with water occasionally, putting them in the bathroom. But if you're not going to do that on a regular basis, I would not recommend bringing a fern into your house. You are setting yourself up for failure. Ferns are very finicky and they really do need a lot of humidity. I cannot stress that enough. If you are a person that lives in a space that gets adequate lighting, and when I say adequate lighting, I mean like lighting in general, and actually have the space to add a plant or two in your bathroom, consider getting a small or large fern depending on the size of your space. But ferns would do okay in a setting like a bathroom. Steam from the shower would create the humidity that would actually cause it to successfully thrive in your space. But if you don't have that, or if you don't have a bathroom that has windows, I really don't recommend a fern for you. It is just one of those plants that really does need a lot of humidity, and it can be rather disappointing. These are beautiful plants. You bring them into your space, you realize you don't have enough humidity, the leaves start to drop, and before you know it, it's a goner. So just save yourself the trouble and avoid this plant no matter how beautiful it might be. On the other hand, if you live in a tropical climate, you might find that ferns thrive not only in your indoor space, but also outdoor as well. So I actually purchased ferns to leave in my yard, and they do quite well because it's just very humid out there. But if I were to bring those plants into my home at the end of the season, they would not survive because I just don't have enough humidity for them to be comfortable. And honestly, if I tried to create the amount of humidity that a fern would need to be a successful grower, I would not be comfortable in my home. The next plant that thrives in humidity are calatheas. Now, there are a ton of calatheas for you to choose from out there. And calatheas to me are one of those finicky plants that you really do need to know how to take care of in order to feel good about yourself as a person. If you don't have a lot of humidity in your home, this plant is not going to do well. Calatheas not only need a lot of humidity, but they also need filtered water. They take a lot to care for. I have wasted so much money on various types of calatheas because I just simply do not have the humidity that they would thrive in. Another plant that really thrives in higher humidity are monsteras. Now, there are two commonly known types of monsteras. There's the Monstera deliciosa, and then there are the Monstera andersonii, also known as the Swiss cheese plant. Now, these are two pretty highly coveted plants that are really popular across social media. The Monstera andersonii is known for its Swiss cheese-like leaves, which makes this plant really unique. Whereas the Monstera deliciosa is a larger plant and can really get out of control. These plants are native to tropical areas, which makes them great for higher humidity homes. And the final plant on this list is the lipstick plant. Now, I have a black pagoda lipstick plant and it does really well in high humidity situations. I currently have it living in a greenhouse and it does really well. Now, this plant doesn't necessarily need high humidity, but if you put it in a higher humidity condition or environment, it will do really well. Now, for me, this has been one of those middle of the road plants similar to the Monstera. And one way you can tell if your lipstick plant is happy or it needs more humidity is by monitoring its leaves. If its leaves are pretty firm and difficult to fold, that means that that's a happy plant. It's well watered, it has adequate humidity. But if you can easily fold or bend the leaves, it could probably use a good watering and a little bit more humidity. And those were 4 plants that I think will do great in high humidity situations. Let me know if you have had any luck with these or what you have found to be really great plants that love high humidity. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.